On December 15 last year, the Senate rejected the nomination of Mr. Ibrahim Magu as chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission based on a security report from the Department of State Services.
Seek your approval to have an announcement.
Less than a month after that, the president has renominated Mr. Magu as the substantive chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. In a letter to the Senate, the president explains that relevant steps have been taken to clarify the allegations against Mr. Magu.
There is a need to maintain the current momentum and capacity of the EFCC since May 29, 2015. It is in the above context that I therefore request the gracious indulgence of this distinguished Senate to favorably accept my renomination, Mr. Ibrahim Magu Mustafa, for the position of the chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, having received adequate clarification considering the matters relied upon by the Senate in arriving at its decision.
In a separate letter, the president also rejected the recommendation of the Senate asking for the removal of Engineer Babachir Lawal as the Secretary to the Government of the Federation over allegations of corruption. The Senate had alleged that Engineer Lawal abused his office by his involvement in a 200 million naira contract from monies meant for the internally displaced in the Northeast. But the chairman of the Senate Ad Hoc Committee on the Humanitarian Situation in the Northeast, Senator Shehu Sani, dismissed the president's response, describing it as a distortion of facts.
It is shocking to me that such a letter can come from the presidency with such default misinformation and outright distortion. What we did was a thorough job. We invited all the companies concerned. We invited the SGF, and he sent us the secretary of the presidential initiative on the Northeast.
Nevertheless, the committee was advised to consider the issues raised by the president in its full report, which is being expected.